Be very brief. What's next? As you are to closing the meeting, I think what you need is the 9/9 movement now to go beyond. It was wonderful to be here, to hear Ambassador Birx, Carlos, and all that had been on the last session. The same social determinants that are holding us to expand access to treatment, and that has been obvious on the last presentations. And the same determinants that are making global fragility of communities, what's driving HIV, what's making the HIV epidemic more global than ever, we heard, are the determinants that are also bring a new reality to us and a new challenge, the increase on the number of new infections. In a nutshell, you may describe the scenario outside there, the AIDS landscape, as deaths are going down, because you push treatment forward. You have 70 million people on treatment. This country treating more than any other. But infections are at the best stable, but more and more increasing in specific populations, in specific geographies. As we are speaking here, I think and that probably is the biggest challenge in the history of AIDS, and I'm sorry to say that, despite of the progress, that we are starting to live a paradox, where we are saving lives more and more, and infections are going up. As we speak at this moment, AIDS is emerging, is coming back, is rebounding. If you are a gay man today, if you are a migrant, depends if you are a sex worker, if you are a transsex, AIDS is back. And again, are the same social determinants that we are faced to expand access. My point here is that there is no way forward but to have a unique single response to AIDS that will help us to deal with the upstream drivers that are bring us back, being on the treatment side, being on the prevention side. And it's here, Julio, that I think you can only expect that the success of the 999, the energy, the innovation that you brought to the AIDS response, you drive now all of us to an integral, to a global perspective, and bring this epidemic down, and bring it down to the end. Because there is no end of this epidemic if we don't bring with us all that I referred before, all the most vulnerable that are outside there. You can do it. I think you have the example of the stack that provide a scientific backstop into the 9/9 movement, but went much beyond than just a group of scientists sitting down and talking. You gave us the backstop to push the political leadership to respond to this epidemic. And Michelle spoke to you before. You are giving us the reasons to go and to stand against the trend of less money to respond to AIDS, because you are giving us the evidence that if we invest, we save lives. If we invest, we bring people back to schools. We bring fathers, we bring children back to us. This is the argument that we are going to continue to use to bring also the resources back. It's the argument that we are going to use to back up Ambassador Birx and the others that are outside there, yes, mobilizing new resources and fighting every day to keep the finance of AIDS up. Is only one. There is only one way forward. There is no dichotomy. The dichotomy will kill people. The dichotomy between treatment and prevention, you bring more infections to us. And I'm sorry, you did well. We should now challenge you to go beyond. And I think, Julio, that's our next talk. I'm very pleased, and I will stop here to see the Minister of Health of Canada with us. Johnny Philpott. We have been speaking, I'm just using an example why actually I see the challenge, but I see the hope more than ever. Minister Pilport brought to this conference and before more than ever the reality of indigenous populations as one example of a population left behind, also in the response to AIDS. What exemplify in a very clear way not only the modern face of AIDS, but more than ever the challenge that we have ahead. I have been talking to both, to the minister, of course, look for her political leadership, but I'm talking to Julio too, for us to bring the energy of the 999 to do something new and bold on indigenous populations. That to me is a clear example that you are already, Julio, going much beyond the movement that you have started. We will follow and we will be there. Thank you all. I think 40 UNAIDS, you have set the way. We will be continuing to serve you. On that note, my colleague Badr Hassan, that's here, that lead or support to all of you, I would like to recognize his leadership, his support. He's a permanent, constant advocate and ambassador for your movement inside the UN and at the United Nations at large. Many thanks, Julio. It's an honor to be here with you and all of you at the start.